Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. Guess what time it is? It's time for the very last Beauty Empties of 2021. And I've got my little pink container of empties right here that I'm going to go through with you. Give you guys some final thoughts. There are honestly probably some of my favorite products in here, so this is going to be a really good empties. But before I get into it, just a quick recap of empties from this year. I did actually still save all of my skincare empties from the last year. I think I almost have every single month. I did the same thing in 2020 and did a video where I just kind of spread everything out and showed the different skincare products that I went through. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below. I can certainly do that again in January. Oh, and here, is this Coco? Yes, loud snorting means Coco. Yeah, hi Coco. So yeah, let me know if you want to see that video again in January. I am really proud of myself for the amount of stuff that I finished up this past year. I am sort of in the habit, it's probably a bad habit, of wanting to try new things all the time. Not because I'm always like looking for necessarily the next best thing or to always replace something. I just have always liked trying makeup products, skincare products, hair. I just love beauty products, right? Like this has kind of always been my thing ever since I was a little girl. I used to covet my mom's like tiny little makeup collection that she had, and she only had like one or two skincare items, but I was just like always drawn to that. And when I would see women out in public wearing makeup or purchasing skincare at like the makeup counters, I was always like, oh man, I want to be that fancy lady. You know, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of just born with this need to like try stuff, try beauty junk. And through this process, I have definitely found some holy grail items that I use every single day and repurchase constantly. But I've also just found some great products that I've really enjoyed using during the time period that I was using them. And then I'll take a break and then I'll come back and I'll go, oh man, this was a great product. Why haven't I been using this for the last, year or two since the last time that I bought it? So it's really fun for me. I have a good time with it. And yeah, so this year I was really proud of finishing a lot of skincare products. And this is kind of the problem that I created for myself by wanting to try new things all the time. I had a lot of products that were in various stages of completion. So a lot of products that were half finished, a lot of products that were 3/4 of the way finished. I mean, like in some cases I had maybe like a few uses left in a moisturizer or a serum or a hair care product. And I just kind of forced myself to finish those things this year. If there was anything that I didn't think that I was going to get to before it expired, I actually also gave a lot of skincare away to my girlfriends. Skincare specifically, because I feel like that's the thing that I purchase the most of. So my girlfriends definitely scored this year. In fact, I just gave my niece a bag of a few things that I just knew I was never going to get to. And so hopefully Grace is enjoying those. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty proud of myself for what I have finished. There are a few more things that I still have yet to get to, but I will. I mean, if I did it this year, maybe I can finish the last of what I currently have going by the end of 2022. So that's my hope. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna take a quick sip here. I'm feeling much, much better. Each day I'm finding that I'm having like a lot more energy again and just kind of over whatever illness I had. But yeah, you guys, let's get into the empties. Since there isn't a whole lot in here, I'll go ahead and put links for everything in the description box down below. If you want to know where to purchase these things, read other people's reviews, that kind of stuff, check out that information down there. And let's get into it. First off, I very rarely have been saving any of my sheet mask packaging. So this is something that you won't see a lot of in if I do like the 2021 Empties compilation video. You won't see a ton of these because I wasn't very good about saving that packaging. Also, it can get kind of messy because oftentimes when you're using like a sheet mask, there is still a little bit of serum left in there and it can leak out. I try to mostly, if there's any serum left in any of the packages, I'll try to squeeze it out and then like put it on my arms or something. Don't ever let that stuff go to waste. Like I'll put it on my neck. But yeah, I went through a ton of these this year. This was a weekly treat to myself. Now these are really expensive. These are the City Beauty, oh, they're upside down, Line Smoothing Hydro Masks. This is my weekly Sunday sheet mask. I don't skip a week. I always have this on hand. They're expensive when they're full price, but City Beauty throughout the year has had some really amazing 50% off sales. I've tried to tell you guys about as many of those sales as possible because I know that City Beauty, they're a higher end skincare line. I love their formulations. They tend to work incredibly well for me. But they're expensive, right? So I tried to make sure that whenever there was a sale that I let you guys know. And during those sales, I myself stock up on stuff like this, like boxes of these Line Smoothing Hydro Masks and my beloved City Beauty Complete Skin Restore, the supplements that I take. And yeah, I love these. They stick to the face incredibly well. The serum that is contained within the sheet mask here is one of the most hydrating, soothing, just wonderful sheet masks that I've ever used. I love it. I can do things while I'm wearing it because it's not one of those ones that slips down. It's this kind of thicker biocellulose material. And it's just, like I said, incredibly hydrating. Whenever I take that off, my skin just looks like $1,000,000. My pores look reduced because there is like just this surge of moisture that comes from this, and it plumps my skin up to the point where I can almost, no, I can still see my pores. Let's not kid ourselves. I still have enlarged pores, you guys, but they are significantly better than what they used to be. But you know how when you just use a really good moisturizer that really absorbs and that feels incredible on the skin, you just get that like plumped look and everything is smoothed out, fine lines, wrinkles, pores, all that stuff. That's what this gives me, which is why I continue to repurchase them. I think they're wonderful, but you know, wait for the next sale. I'm sure there will be one. I am going to personally continue to work with City Beauty this next year because I love their products, and honestly, some of them, like the ones that I just mentioned, go-tos for me. Love this hair care line. Discovered this in 2021, and I'm never going back. Virtue. Again, it's a higher end hair care line, but this makes my gray hair so soft, so silky, so shiny, so manageable, just fabulous. I used the shampoo this morning, and this is the conditioner, by the way. Does anybody else go through conditioner at twice the speed of their shampoo? I don't know what it is with me, but I use twice as much conditioner as I do shampoo. And these products are really concentrated. The thing is, I don't need to, but it's just such a bad habit that I cannot get out of. I always feel like I just need more conditioner, but I don't. And so I went through this at twice the rate of the shampoo, which I still have half the bottle of shampoo left. I did, when the last Sephora sale came around, I did pick up a backup of just the jumbo size of the conditioner here. Did I say this was the recovery conditioner? Yeah, this is the recovery conditioner. So I need to like put that in the bathroom so that I can use it together. Cause I don't know, I like using products from the same line together. So when I do, you know, when I use my Alterna Caviar replenishing moisture shampoo and conditioner, like I like to use the shampoo and the conditioner from that line together. When I do Virtue, I like to use the Virtue shampoo and conditioner together. Is anyone weird about stuff like that? Speaking of another conditioner, yeah, I just mentioned this, my beloved. This is beloved number 2. I do think that the Virtue has kind of kicked the Pureology Hydrate and the Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging Replenishing Moisture Shampoo and Conditioner from spot number 1 down to spot number 2. This is definitely number 1 now. Not hating on this, still love it, still incredible on my hair, but there's something about this. Maybe it's the smell, I don't know. It makes me happy and it makes my hair look amazing. But this is fantastic as well. I actually purchased this from Costco. So at some point last year or the year before, Costco online, not in store, was offering the shampoo and the conditioner in the liter size. This is a liter size for like 80 bucks. It was an amazing deal. So I should have probably bought 2 at the time because they're not offering that right now, but worth keeping an eye on Costco.com if you have a membership to see if this ever comes back there, because that was a screaming deal. Way better than any other deal I've ever gotten on Alterna hair care stuff. Love this cleanser. This was actually a backup. The Dr. Loretta Gentle Hydrating Cleanser. This is wonderful. I use this in the shower in the mornings. It really does a good job of, sorry, gotta keep my throat moisturized so that I don't go into a coughing fit. It does a really good job of just kind of prepping my skin for my morning skincare. It doesn't strip, it doesn't over dry. It just kind of takes the skincare off from the night before and leaves my skin so refreshed and just ready to go for the day. Love it. I've also used this in the evening, but I just prefer it for the morning time. And in the shower, I don't use any devices. I just use my fingers and it's fabulous. Love it. Okay. Finish the Good Molecules glycolic exfoliating toner. So this is a really good glycolic exfoliating toner. I didn't actually use this on my face though. I used some other glycolic stuff on my face. Well, actually I prefer lactic acid on my face, but this I was using on my chest and my upper arms. This is wonderful for those areas. It does such a good job of exfoliating in a very gentle way. I did test this on my face a few times and it was definitely very tolerable on my face. No irritation at all, but I typically don't get irritation. I have a pretty tough skin type, you guys. I think that's why I am able to try so many different things. My skin just doesn't usually react to things. Very rarely, every once in a while, my face will be like, bah, what is this? But very rarely. So it allows me to test a lot of different things. But this one I decided to specifically use on these areas because in the last couple years, I've done a much better job of bringing the skincare down. Treat your neck, treat your chest, décolletage, whatever you want to call it. Treat all of it with the skincare. Don't be stingy. Share with the rest of your body. It really makes a difference, and I noticed a difference in my chest overall. Like the color on my chest is much more uniform. If I get any color at all during the summer, which is pretty rare because I'm kind of heavy with the SPF, but if I do, this just really helps to exfoliate that little bit of a tan that I get, and it just gets me back to my pasty white self very quickly. It's a really great exfoliator, but it's gentle, it's not irritating, and it's very easy to use. I would just pour it into the palm of my hand and then, you know, like do it all over. The reason that I was putting it on my arms is because I do deal with eczema on my arms, and when I'm not in an active eczema like outbreak or whatever, I will have some discoloration afterwards and some like scaly patches. This removed those beautifully. However, do not use this on an active eczema outbreak because they can sting, especially if you're like me and sometimes you're like, oh, it itches, you know, like before I put the eczema honey lotion on to kind of soothe everything, I'll like start itching a little bit and then I'm like, oh shoot, oh, don't do that. Yeah. Okay, Honeymoon Body Glow 12% AHA BHA Resurfacing Serum with honey and prickly pear. This is from Pharmacy. I love Pharmacy products, you guys. I was using this on my legs and I really liked what this did in between my shaves. It kept my skin a lot more smooth, very hydrating, but also would exfoliate a lot of like the flaky, dry skin cells that were happening, especially since October when we turned the heat on in the house. That's when I really started going in with this on a somewhat regular basis, and Man, did it make a difference. I do think exfoliating your entire body is important, but you should do it in a gentle way. I'm definitely a scrub person when it comes to my body, but I'm not aggressive with it. But I do think, just like for the face, there's manual exfoliation and there's physical exfoliation. I do think you can do a combination of both. I think you need to be careful about the amount of physical exfoliation that you do. Chemical tends to be a little bit more gentle. And chemical, I mean, like if you're using like glycolic acid, lactic acid, malic, azelaic, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, those tend to be the chemical ones tend to be maybe a little bit slower in a way, but also sometimes more effective. Just because they don't tend to cause irritation. But anyway, that's a really good one. I do have a 20% off code with Pharmacy that you can use on anything on their website. I became a Pharmacy partner last year, and I really love the company. And they have a lot of great products. So if you're interested, I'll put the information down below. Pravana Full Volume Soft Texture Foam. I really like this. I don't think it's the best volumizing foam that I've ever used, but I think it was really good. I would probably this would be the thing that I would probably wait like maybe a year or so to repurchase, and then I would buy it again and be like, oh yeah, I really like this. You know, like it's one of those kind of products. But it wasn't quite as impressive as I thought it would be. Overall, smelled good. And I'm kind of big on smell stuff. But is it the most volumizing product that I've ever used? No. But did give some manageable volume, I suppose. Oh, you guys, we have a perfume. Boy, this is rare because I own a lot of perfumes. I love me some perfumes. It's kind of my thing. I love fragrance. So I don't go through a lot of them because I have a lot. But I wear perfume every single day. And sometimes, like in the middle of the day, I will go up to my closet where I keep all of my perfumes, and I will choose a different fragrance for the afternoon than the morning, and I love it. It makes me happy. I know. I don't leave the house a whole lot, but I like smelling good for me. It makes me happy. I don't really wear perfume for other people to be able to smell. I do it because I like it. It lifts my mood. Anyway, Contour Sud Pacifique Vanilla Blackberry. If you love philosophies, falling in love, which is what I wore on my wedding day, you will love this. It's basically a slightly more sophisticated version of that. This has a little bit more vanilla in it for sure. Man, this was good. I will repurchase this. It was delightful. I love these Contour Sud Pacifique fragrances. I have several. The Vanilla Extreme, if you love vanillas. By the way, I recently did a favorite vanilla fragrances video. It's kind of an update because I think I did one before. I will link that video down below if you missed it. The Vanilla Extreme, oh, delightful. It smells like cake batter. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. Anyway, love these fragrances. Will repurchase this. I don't know if I will right now, but I'm going to be craving it again probably come summertime, and I will be repurchasing. It's beautiful. They're not the strongest or the longest lasting, but they are fantastic when you're looking for like a softer fragrance. If you work in an office setting, if you're a teacher, if you have people with sensitivities around you, I would suggest checking these out. They're not insanely like in your face, gonna make the people around you sick kind of things. The Derma Doctor Picture Perfect Pore Minimizer. Picture Perfect. I keep messing that up. Pore Minimizer. I use this every single morning for months, and I really liked it. Will I repurchase it? I don't know. I think it definitely did a good job of keeping my pores very clear. This contains BHA. I think this also maybe has AHAs in it. Oh, the ingredients aren't on here. But anyway, a great morning time exfoliator that worked really well with the rest of my skincare and my makeup. I do think it kind of acted almost as a makeup primer. So if you're someone who struggles with enlarged pores that you struggle to keep clean, think about incorporating this into your routine. However, be sure to pile on that SPF, because when you're using things like BHA in the morning or any type of AHA product, it is going to make you a lot more sensitive to the sun, even in the winter. So pile on that SPF. But I really did like that. Will I repurchase it? Maybe. That's another one of those products that I'll probably get again a year from now and be like, why did I ever stop using this? I don't know. That was silly. Love this. Love it. Look, it's like Derma Doctor time here on my channel. KP Duty, okay, dermatologist formulated body scrub for dry, rough, bumpy skin with 10% AHAs plus PHAs. Love it. This came in a skin store bag, and that bag was like such a good deal. Skin store has the best bags, you guys. That is why I always share those with you. I love them. I've tried so many great products from those bags. The eye cream that I'm using right now came in the same bag as this, I think, and I friggin' love it. And I'm using it not only on my eyes, by the way, I'm also using it around my lips, and it's like a wonderful like lip treatment thing as well. It doesn't matter, we're not talking about that. So I use this on my arms, again, when I'm not actively dealing with an eczema situation, but after it is healed up, I will use this to help gently buff any of those dry skin cells away, and then I'm just left with smooth skin again. I would also use this on my legs prior to shaving. Wonderful exfoliator for the legs. That's why you haven't seen a whole lot of like Tree Hut empties on my channel, which is what I normally use before shaving my legs. I've been using stuff like this. I really like it a lot. This is unfragranced, so it doesn't have the fun smells of the Tree Hut, but boy, did it do a very good job of exfoliating my legs prior to shaving. If you don't exfoliate your legs before shaving, you should do that. It makes a big difference. Speaking of skincare, that was almost done, that I just was like, I should just finish this. Why have I not finished this? The Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic Plus Retinol Wrinkle Recovery Overnight Serum. I actually really grew to enjoy this for the last like 5 or 6 uses that I had left, and was like, why did I ever stop using this? It's really, really good. It's gentle. It definitely would brighten my skin up. This was something that I applied before going to bed at night. I did not use this during the day. And I would alternate it with my tretinoin, which I'm still using. Is retinol as good as tretinoin? No, not for me. Tretinoin is fantastic, but also you need a prescription, unless you have friends or family that go to Mexico where you don't need a prescription and you can just walk into any pharmacy and they can buy like a tube of it for $25 instead of the $150 that my insurance wants to charge me, which is nuts. That's insane. I don't understand that. If it's so cheap down there, profits, right? Anyway, this is great. If you've never tried it, I would recommend looking into it, especially if you don't want to use tretinoin, if that's too harsh for you or too expensive. Not that Dr. Dennis Gross is a whole lot less expensive, but it's good stuff. Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. I go through a lot of these because this is still my go-to powder foundation of choice. Yes, I wear powder foundation every single day. I will never not, because it just works the best for my oily skin type. I realize that drier skins probably do better with foundations that are liquid or serum based, but for me, that's an absolute nightmare because it just slides off my face with my oily skin. So Balance and Brighten is fantastic. It's not too matte. It's not, it leaves a little bit of like a demi-matte glow to the skin, but not glow in the like YouTube sense of the word glow where you just see light bouncing off people's faces. It's not like that. It's just very natural and pretty, and I love it, and I will never be without it. I started getting back into I did save one. The Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Extra Strength Daily Peel Pads. I love these. I won't say too much about them because I've mentioned them a lot previously on my channel. They're wonderful. I live for them. I always buy boxes when I can get them on sale because they are my #1 thing. Replaced a Clarisonic brush head. So Clarisonic went under this past year. You can still find the replacement heads at a website called Current Body. I will link that down below, but they are horrifically expensive. When I found out that Clarisonic was going to be no more, I did purchase like 20 brush heads. And I probably had about 5 or 6 already in my backup stash. So I'm good. I also own 2 Clarisonics. One I bought at Costco, one I bought at probably like Skin Store or something. One's a travel, one is the Smart Profile. Still my favorite cleansing device. I know a lot of you are like, that's the worst device in the world, but I love it. My skin loves it. I started using the Clarisonic back in 2011, and it has been a part of my everyday skincare routine for years. And I do credit it for getting my skin to where it is. Now, was it good for every skin type out there? No, clearly not, because some people hate it. But, you know, sensitive skin, probably not a good idea. Maybe if you have very dry skin, maybe not the best idea. I don't know. But they did have differing brush heads that some were good for more sensitive skin types. In fact, they had a sensitive brush head. They had a deep pore was my favorite. That's the one that I have all the backups of. They had an acne brush head. They had a radiance. Yeah, I can't talk about it too much. I really am bummed about Clarisonic going under. That was a huge shock to me. I honestly never thought that would happen. But when they sold out to, who did they sell out to? Was it L'Oreal or Estee Lauder? I don't know. Anyway, moral of the story is they're gone, but I still have my brush heads. Okay, this. I love this. I need to reorder this. It's fabulous. This is such a great soother for irritated, compromised skin. This is the Centella Aqua Soothing Ampoule from CosRx. Centella is such a good soothing ingredient, you guys. And this is a very, very basic serum. God, I wish I could even get like a drop out of here, but I really milked this. Love this formula. Whenever I would have any type of irritation, even on like my eczema sometimes, I would put a little bit of this on there. It just immediately soothed and calmed everything. I love this. This bottle also lasted me forever. I don't know how many ounces this is. Oh, 1.35 fluid ounces. Good amount. Just like a few drops of it did my whole face, a couple more drops for my neck, and then chest and, you know, anywhere else. It's so good. Love it. Look into Centella if you have irritated skin. Sorry. I don't know how this managed to turn into a over 25-minute video already, but I talk too much, clearly. W Skin Aqua Facial Solution. Purchased a couple more of these to go with my W Skin Aqua facial device. I am still using that a couple times a month. I still really like it a lot. Works great for me in terms of getting some sebaceous filaments out. I don't really deal with blackheads anymore, so I don't get a lot of blackheads or anything like that, but it definitely helps to clear out some of the sebaceous filaments and just gives me a really good deep clean. So I do like the solution for it, so I did go through another one of those. The Strictin Double Fix for lips, plumping and vertical line treatment. So this had for around your lips was this side, and this was a lip moisturizer on this side. I had this next to my bedside stand for about 6 months. This lasted forever. I was using it pretty much almost every single night. I think this was really good. I don't know that I would repurchase it per se, but it's a really nice treatment for around the lips. I don't have any lines, so I can't attest to it doing anything about those, but worked well as a nice solid hydrator for my lips, made them look really nice and plumped in the morning and kept them from getting chapped. Got my usual supply of, I gotta get out my, oh, here it is. I just got my Droplet capsules, these guys right here, in the mail. I'm still using my Droplet device because it's amazing. I love that thing. And they send you a bag to send the empties back so they can recycle them. So there's a bunch of those in here. I do owe you guys an update on Droplet. I'm still using it every single day. I don't think I'll ever stop. It's definitely an investment for the device, and it's an investment to maintain the capsules every single month. In full disclosure, they sent me the device and a small thing of the capsules, and then I've been paying for the monthly recurring subscription. Yes, it's expensive. Do I notice a difference in my skin? Yeah, so I'll continue to use it. I'm also really excited to see what they come out with this year in terms of new formulations. I've heard growth factors. I've heard niacinamide. So I'm kind of excited about both of those. Right now, however, the collagen is my go-to. imagine. So there's that. Finished some Wander Beauty Baggage Claim eye masks. I also love these. I went through probably 5 or 6 of these, but there's only one in here. And then the last thing is this, oh, it's stuck. Lalicious Après-Ski Extraordinary Whipped Sugar Scrub. Didn't love this. It was a free sample. I placed an order at Lalicious for their body butter stuff, which is delightful, by the way. But yeah, just the smell was fine, but I don't love sugar scrubs that leave that oily feel behind, and that one does do that, so not my thing. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned. If you're new here, please subscribe. Also, let me know if you guys wanna see all of the skincare empties. I'll definitely set the things here from this month's empties into that pile, and we can go through that in January if you want to. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow for Friday Favorites and Flops. Take care. Toodaloo.